Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. XRP trading at over 70 cents, it's obvious that cryptocurrency traders are scrambling to stock up. Now, since the price of XRP has usually moved downward over the previous few months, there has been no shortage of people feeling dejected, convinced that the cryptocurrency will never again experience a run-up in price. The resulting vitriol on social media was palpable. The prospect of XRP reaching a new all-time high and breaking $1 is no longer inconceivable. It's only impossible until you wake up one day and realize it isn't, something I've been repeating for years, but especially in the past few months, because people need to hear it. One of those days was yesterday, and so far today seems to be following suit. We shall see how long this trend lasts, as XRP's price obviously cannot rise continuously without occasional decreases. Naturally, I am aware of my own realism. But savor the good times while you can. For the simple reason that it is superb. So, in this video, I'll be discussing a few points. The number of crypto basic accounts holding between 100,000 and 1 billion XRP has reached a record level this year, and its price has begun to decouple from Bitcoin. Also, I'd like to broach this topic. Why is XRP appreciating? Is also a headline from the Crypto Fundamentals section. There is a massive change coming to XRP and the Ripple market. People are suggesting that the main reason XRP is growing is because Ripple is about to host their swell event on the 8th and 9th of this month. I believe it is Ethernet, you can fact check me on that, though. I find flaws in its reasoning. For the reasons I'll outline, I don't think the XRP price will rise as a direct result of this. This story from the Daily Huddle was also interesting. When this happened before, Bitcoin skyrocketed. Here's what they entail, according to the company's Glass knowledgeable founders. So, to sum up, this is fantastic. Glass is one of my favorite materials. Actually, they basically look at data, do some chain analytics, and make the best guesses they can. They think it's safe to assume that figure will continue to rise. Don't mind that, but let me be perfectly clear, I come from absolutely no financial background. I am not giving any kind of financial guidance. Furthermore, you should not make any financial decisions based on what I say. Just a hobbyist here that occasionally posts films to YouTube on various crypto-related topics. Okay, so let's go into this first section. The number of people who have XRP in their wallets has reached a new peak for this year, between 100,000 and 1 billion. The price of XRP, as measured by the crypto analytics site Sentiment, rose 8.87% overnight, valuing the cryptocurrency at 67 cents. This is the highest price it has been since August 2nd. And so, I wrote this last night. Over the past 30 days, XRP has increased by about 35%. Here, however, is what Sentiment actually wrote. The value of XRP has risen beyond 68 cents for the first time since August 2nd. This 3-month high was achieved after XRP gained 23% against Bitcoin in the past week. Wallets holding between 100,000 and 1 billion XRP are currently at their greatest level since 2023. Remember that I showed you news every week, even as the price was falling, that institutional money was generally flowing into XRP even as prices fell. As of right now, the totals are rising. How amusing that it works. Now, how about great? Let's have a conversation about it. It's not unreasonable to bring this subject, given the size of the community. It's not completely out of the question to assume that swell is driving the rising XRP price. Wait, is it? That is not the most likely outcome, in my opinion. That is not what I think is going on. So I argued my point in this forum. After I posted the most recent pricing, a member of the XRP community going by the moniker of Mongoose emailed me and said, updated this morning, I think it was when XRP hit 69 cents. Then he emailed me, saying, pre-swell pump. Nothing to see here. It's also true that everyone has the right to an opinion. That's not an insane point of view, in my opinion. Although it's possible that we're both right, I don't see it as very likely given the available evidence. So I reread it, knowing full well that I was only doing a refresher course for myself. I therefore analyzed some numbers. There have been just 6 significant Ripple swell episodes in the history of XRP's price over the past 6 years. That's the extent of my research, unfortunately. In 2017, it all began. So I studied at the price movements, before swell, year by year. What transpired, then? So, I informed him of that information in my reply. And I know there's a common belief that this has happened before, and that prices have always risen whenever there's a swell. A story, if you will. In my opinion, it's not true. Here's what I came up with. That is not the most plausible explanation for this pump, and I do not think history would have us believe otherwise. For the first time in the last 6 years, the XRP price did not increase in 2017. And folks, mind you, this was during the wild bull run of 2017. This is the craziest price activity in the history of cryptocurrency. In the beginning of that year, to my mind, I suppose it was in April XRP ran up to 42 cents. This is a first-time occurrence. I'd say it started the year at roughly a cent. That's a huge change in the positive direction. It had been around 20 cents, but it dropped to perhaps as low as 13 or 14 cents. And it continued to float in that area for some time. And until December, it didn't do a whole lot. It didn't matter even when I looked it up this morning. The implication is that XRP is doing nothing more than trading sideways. It was dynamic, but there is no run up to Ripple swelling, certainly not. That's wonderful, but what about this year, 2018? I wrote 2018 XRP. Price increased. Indeed, this is the case. The price of XRP has increased for the first time ever prior to the swell occurrence. The question is why this occurred. The post I wrote about it is loaded on your computer right now. In any case, I only want to discuss this. It increased due to speculation that the launch of Ripple's X-Fast would soon be revealed at swell. Now, X-Rapid, which, if you're relatively recent to the scene, you might not be familiar with. After a rebranding, the on-demand liquidity once known as X-Rapid is now more often known as the What Simply Ripple's payment system. For some reason, I can't recall its former cool moniker. They must be thinking of a small section of the Ripple net, right? I can't say. If only we could have kept it in the off-the-clock realm. But they couldn't see how it could work that way. All okay then. Their business. But anyhow, so it turns out though, this is one of those rare cases where the rumor was accurate. I can't tell if this is based on a true leak of Ripple data or if it was just made up and started doing the rounds. And that was true by sheer coincidence. Consequently, the cost went up and up right before a swell. And on that initial day, when Ripple declared X-Rapid to be fully operational and no longer in beta testing, the news broke price. Not only did it not go up, it went down. We've seen these kinds of things throughout history, and not just in crypto, in equity markets as well, so the price collapsed because it was a buy the rumor sell the news situation. If everyone already knows the secret, all that was left to do was buy the rumor and sell the news. When the news breaks, then, is the time to make a purchase. That's why people did it. That year was the only one in which prices increased before a swell. And then, in 2020, once that joke fell flat, the price of XRP began to soar. What happened to this story? Already in 2020, this story seems to be unraveling, as not only did the price of XRP not rise before swell, but it also rose after it stopped. And I recall getting into whether it was late October or early November 3 years ago, because prior to that XRP had been lingering around the 27-cent range, like it just seemed like forever, and it figuratively was, but then ultimately, it just went. It didn't start to move much until after the swell subsided. The abrupt increase to what I would estimate to be 80 cents was quite sudden. The price of XRP fell before the swell of 2021, then it fell again in the lead-up to the swell of 2022. The whole FTX crash and the falling market made for an intriguing situation, of course. But even before that, you weren't anticipating a price increase for XRP. And so, the stories are not true. It simply isn't true. This increase in cost is entirely natural. That's a lot more interesting than if the swell were to blame. That's how I see it, at least. And hey, it's totally cool if I'm incorrect. I'll eat my words. I'm certainly not infallible, but that's what my best guess is right now. Now if you have a counter-argument, or maybe I misinterpreted something, you believe I'm incorrect, that's okay. Tell me in the comments, but try to be subtle about it. I'm open to other perspectives, but this is how things appear to me at the moment. This should be interpreted as you see fit. Then there was this during the daily meeting. When this happened before, Bitcoin skyrocketed. Here's what the creators of Glassnode say is missing. Analysts at Glassnode are highlighting a single optimistic indication for Bitcoin that has historically triggered massive price increases for the leading cryptocurrency by market size. Glassnode funders, Jan Happel, and D. According to Elvin, Bitcoin's momentum is picking up as it broke over several key resistance levels. Bitcoin's Relative Strength Index, RSI, is the main focus of the analysts' attention because it is commonly used to measure momentum. With Bitcoin's RSI now above the 70 level, the analysts predict that based on history, Bitcoin might be back on track for another significant move to the upside. And guys, what do you think this means if it happens? And it does appear to be the most possible outcome, whatever the timing. What do you think it means for XRP, which is already going ballistic? Because Bitcoin has always been ahead of the curve. XRP is not going to respond now that its true nature has been established in a court of law. After all these years have passed. Since XRP is the only large-cap coin in the US with clear legal status, it will receive a disproportionate amount of attention. Yes, here is the quote anyway. Based on our unique analysis, we found that the current climate was shifting from bearish to bullish. The weekly graph supports our assessment. The long-term pattern of rising prices was verified. The situation is gaining steam. And by the looks of things, that's just the start. Take note of how Bitcoin exploded the last time the RSI reached 70. As is typical in bullish situations, the RSI is becoming overbought and may continue to rise toward the 100 level. Bitcoin's price is likely to continue its surge as long as the trend continues, and this is exactly what we're after. It makes no difference whether you don't have Bitcoin or aren't interested in it. The recent developments and rumors concerning Bitcoin here should excite you. Because if this were to happen, this is great news for all of our cryptocurrency holdings, including XRP. Because it has never occurred without Bitcoin being in euphoric mode, XRP's historical data tells us that Bitcoin is necessary for XRP to set a new all-time high. As long as you're happy with that, that is. With crypto, everything must be in sync. Nothing about XRP is flawed. Not at all what you think it means. Because of the asset classes and the fact that it is an agency, this is the way things work today. We're finally seeing the light. People, everything is falling into place. Since I'm not a certified financial planner, you shouldn't act on any advice I give. It's all over today. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.